I came in tonight. Hey, how's everybody doing tonight? I guess I came in tonight to I guess sit and talk with dad. Got a little lot of stuff going on, a lot of stuff been on my mind lately, and it's just been kind of weird. But nevertheless, got Frank Nitty um coming on, and actually got a guest named Dada Yasha. I guess she wanted to come back on, maybe Victor or whatever, Um, not sure. Hey, how you
How's it
doing?
how's it going? Give me just like 2 minutes and I'll be right back.
Well, okay. Well, you changed your avatar, so that's okay. That's interesting. Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, I told
Take
y'all
your
the last
time.
time. I think I said, I said the last time I changed my hair, so I said I'll let that be reflective in this new avatar. I'll be right back.
Okay, gotcha. Um, yeah. So I was just looking at a lot of things over the last couple of days. I mean, after about 5 days, you got time to sit and reflect, and you see everything going on. You got the what is it? I got the what they call it? The silly mandates or whatever. You got you had the Aaron Rodgers situation. You had so much stuff going on, and sometimes you just have to let the thing die down just to get down to the nitty gritty of what's going on into the um, world or whatever. So you know, sometimes you just have to sit back and relax and find out how they gonna do it. What's the next part of the script? What's the next part of the script, and what is their next move on the chessboard? And there's been a lot of moves on the chessboard lately, so I can't explain to you the moves on the chessboard, but I can always, um, try to make sense in light of what's going on the chessboard. So that's all I can do, and that's all really anybody can do. What's the next move? How they gonna play the game? And how they gonna, um, you know, what is the actual end game? Better yet, what is the actual end game? Um, but I do see people are pushing back and have actually done a lot of things in the meantime. So it's always good when you hear about people pushing back. Um, I'm pretty sure the woke mob has been trying to cancel a lot of people lately, but hey, man, it is what it is. The woke mob always does that, doesn't they? The alphabet boys, alphabet soup, Lego blocks, right? That's their job. So if they don't cancel
Okay.
you, you ain't doing nothing right. Yeah. Hey, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty good. I was listening to you the whole time that you were just speaking, and it made me feel just so proud of LA when I saw them on the news and I saw that they're just starting to come out and, you know, protest in the streets. Cause I feel like having lived there, and I look at Los Angeles as like my second home. They are like they are just some real people. I have so many friends like in LA, and I know that they are not going for this. They're not gonna go for these mandates. And I knew it was only a matter of time before, people would just push to the limit. And people are pushed to the limit, you know? And they're just now starting to come out and protest, and people have had enough. And I think that it's going to start in Los Angeles, and then it's going to start in New York.
Was already
Some,
in New York.
yeah, but I mean, they're not showing these things on the mainstream news, is what I'm saying. So a lot of people don't realize that people are starting to protest. You know what I mean? They're starting to fight back in their own way. But I think that it's definitely very quickly gonna get really ugly. Really, really ugly.
Hmm.
It is what it is. I all I could think about with Los Angeles is like the LA riots. That's what I'm saying when I've met some real people out in Los Angeles, and I know the energy there is just like they're not going for it. They're not gonna go for this. And if they have to burn the city down, that's exactly what they're gonna do. And it is what it is. And I know that's what's gonna happen. They're very peaceful right now, but we'll see how long that lasts.
Hmm. Well, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
You say they're very peaceful, right?
Right now. Right now. Right now. Because I think it was a couple thousand people that showed up like at the courthouse today.
Well, let me ask you a better question.
Yeah.
You can't be too peaceful with tyrants.
Oh no, that's why I'm telling you. Like, I don't know if you remember, just look back to right after the incident with George Floyd. And, when everybody worldwide, globally started to protest. Well, they really started to change the laws with the cops and really try to quell that whole issue in LA when, the Californians threatened to burn down Beverly Hills. You understand? Like, that was really a smart move because it was like, oh, we're going to take it to the wealthy side of town. You all think this is a joke. And I think that was very smart of them to do. So that's what I'm saying when I say that there's just Californians are just a different breed. I learned to love them. And like I said, California's my second home. They're starting out very peaceful right now. But if they don't get what they want, I'm telling you, it's going to turn out very, very ugly. And the same with New York. I don't think we've seen anything. Now, I've never lived in New York, so I can't speak, as a New Yorker, but as a Californian, yeah, I can. It's gonna get really ugly, real ugly.
Well, speaking of California, didn't you send me something about Gavin Newsom earlier? Come to think about it with this thing.
Yes, yes. So 12 days ago, right? And this is not funny. Let me stop laughing, but it kind of is, because like Gavin Newsom publicly took the booster 12 days ago. Well, ever since Gavin took the booster, no one has heard from Gavin. No one has seen Gavin. Gavin hasn't been to work. He was supposed to participate in that, what's it, CO26 climate conference, the global climate conference. He was going to participate, mind you, via like, teleconference, but he still didn't show up there. He's canceled all of these events. And it's been reported, not on mainstream news, but on other news outlets that are trusted sources, that has developed Bell's palsy after receiving the booster jab. So no, but nobody's seen Gavin. He's only posed in one picture, one Halloween picture, and we don't know if that's recent. Um, so that's the word on the street about Gavin Gruesome. In the words of Frank Nitty, Gavin Gruesome. Yeah. What do you think about that? Because I sent you that article. What you think about that? You think it's something to be said about that, or you think it's just probably
I'm
uh
like Alex Jones. If he got to die, he got to die.
you say what now?
Like Alex Jones said, if he got to die, he got to die.
Oh, wow.
That's what Alex Jones said in the video. So, hey, here's what it
Yeah.
is.
Well, that's the
Yeah.
word on the streets because no one has seen Mr.
It'd be a
Gavin.
good, it'd be a sacrifice I wouldn't care about. I tell you that.
So nobody's seen Mr. Gavin and nobody's seen Kamala either. So we just don't know where either one of them are right now. So
But, but where was it? What was that CO26 conference at?
I would have to check on that. Just give me a second, and I'm sure I could find where that was. It wasn't in the United States. I do know that.
Well, somebody said Gavin Newsom was seen today.
Oh, was he? Where was he?
Mm-mm.
Where was he?
Hopefully in a casket. Um, but
Wait, because last I checked, it was only a photo of him from Halloween, but I would like to see where he showed up at. So it said that the UK will host the 26th UN Climate Change Conference in Glasgow from
Yeah,
October
he was giving an
31st
interview sitting there on the Cali.
to November 12th. So it's in Glasgow.
He was giving an interview sitting down in Cali. Hey, what's going on, man? How you doing? How you doing?
What up, man? My shit delaying. What up, y'all? My shit be delaying like a motherfucker.
What's going on?
Shit just chilling,
Oh, they say
chilling.
he was doing an interview sitting down, but he was shaking though.
Yeah, and I don't know what kind of medication they have to reverse Bell's palsy. I don't know, but I'm gonna look up that interview because I would like to see that because that must be a new development. And then, oh no, 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 wait a second. Remember, in that video I sent you, they said that they've been replaying old interviews and old material. So are you sure that that was not an interview that was old? And Frank, just to catch you up on what we're talking about, so I sent out information today about it's being reported that Gavin Gruesome, I use your term, that he has Bell's palsy after taking the booster. He hasn't been seen for the past 12 days. Now, in the comments, they just said, that he did an interview today, but in the article I sent, it also said that they've been replaying past information, past interviews, things like that from him. So we have to make sure that that's not a past interview. So that's
Mm,
what I'm checking on right now.
okay.
I can't believe he took it. Like, if that's the case, I can't believe he really took the thing.
Yeah, because he's supposed to act like he didn't take.
Right,
He's
right.
supposed to act like he took it.
They're supposed to act like they stuck it in his arm, not really do it.
Huh?
Like, come on.
Yeah. But let me say this to you. Now I'm thinking about some things right here. Just thinking about some things, Um, hold on a minute. What's this? Who's in the crowd yet?
My bad. I think
Oh,
I did that on accident because I thought I was what's the name? I don't know how to I don't know how to comment in the chat when I'm on
I
somebody
don't know
else.
what's going on with that. I computer robots. Frank said hi. Yeah, you doing? Look, check this out. Um, there is no medication. It takes a while to go away. It takes months. Well, speaking of that, let me say something right quick. While all that was going on last week, they talked about getting kids shots now. So I would advise people do not let their children take this. If you don't care about yourself, just don't let your kids take it. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. Right. But
Mm,
nevertheless, um, they actually been having conferences lately. You had the CEO of Pfizer come out today and say that the people who spread misinformation should be treated as criminals.
mm,
That's criminal
I
to
saw
spread
that. I saw that.
misinformation.
Hmm.
But I listen to what he's saying. He set up the climate. What he's saying, don't take it lightly. He set up the climate for them to treat you as a criminal.
Right.
They want to be able to demonize speech. That's
Hmm.
what they want to do. That's all the media does is they set the climate and then they try to fulfill the thing. Now, down here in Richmond, Virginia today, or matter of fact, yesterday, the school board voted on let people come back to work because they let them come back to work and stuff because they had to figure out, how, wait a minute, we're losing all these vacancies, 94 vacancies, and students not learning. What is this about? So they had to obviously, is what they say. They had to honestly, that's what they say. I guess say we got to reverse it, but the mayor saying they shouldn't have reversed it. They should have kept it going. So it's very interesting, don't you think?
mm.
Yeah.
They say that it makes the school board lose credibility that they don't keep the mandates going. But as a friend of mine says, mandates is a special today, but the people not buying the special, so you got to put something else on the menu. And
Mm,
that brings me to our conversation about Mr. Aaron Rodgers from last week. And
mm.
that was a very interview. He had another interview today, matter of fact. But they're saying that he misled people, but I don't care if I don't care about that. I'm just saying that he didn't say he was gonna take the shot. State Farm and said they thought about canceling Aaron Rodgers, but the people told him, no, you cancel Aaron Rodgers, we cancel you. So that's what you got to do. But he talked about ivermectin and stuff. But see, the media keeps saying, "Oh, no. Listen to what he said in the interview. Did he tell you the reason why he wouldn't take it? What was his reasons? He told you that unfortunately people are dying from COVID. That's what he said. So he's actually been putting out, laying it all out there. Then you got the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's and all these other people. As a matter of fact, Frank, go to your messenger and pull up the interview by Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. We're gonna pull it up and we're gonna dissect the interview. Of course, he was on there with Don Lemon, so Don Lemon has no credibility anyway. But he was on there with Don Lemon as well. But they tried the Kaepernick situation and all that stuff, and saying that I'm like, wait a minute, what Kaepernick got to do with somebody? People saying that I'm not gonna take something to put in my body. What they got to do then? He was in Sacramento on Tuesday, November 9th. Check it out. He got the shot on October 27th. Okay. Well, like I said, if he could be gruesome in a casket. Makes me no difference.
Okay, hold up.
I do not with tyrants, and I do not like tyrants. So I really could care less about Gavin Gruesome. Thank you very much.
Okay, so which okay, you said the one. Which one did you want me to pull up again?
The one with Don Lemon and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Let me see.
And then you can pull up the one with Jamel Hill too, because they're trying to flip the narrative back to Kyrie, but now they're trying to act like they're in support of Kyrie. They're trying to come back down.
Right. And they got a black, I don't want to so-called somebody that looks like us to do it too. It's like that one time they'll have it'll be you know what I'm saying, a certain person victim or whatever, and they'll have the reporter be that same skin tone. It's just psychological, man. All right, let me see. It's probably way up here, huh? Some weeks ago. That was like some weeks ago,
huh? No, this was like today. I sent you this today.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I sent you Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and
Did you send it to me and then I could send it to him? Did you send it to me?
Let me see.
I seen it. What's the name? The fire.
I'm about to go back and look there. Yeah, I seen that video Aaron Rodgers. What are we getting to?
That Pfizer CEO. Look at, he got the pyramid going with his finger, with his hands. These dudes, man. You already know it. You already know where these people down with. But you know what? Okay, yeah. Can you do? Daughter, can you do that so I can in? But you know what I want to say, man. This is a big ass group think, man.
Now you know what? I didn't see the one with Kareem. I sent you the one with
I knew it. I'm like, I didn't. Nah. But y'all get what I'm saying? This is a big ass group think and shit, man. That's all it is. When you you give the people group think and shit, then you don't give them the power to think for themselves. You know what I mean? They're thinking like everybody else with the same narrative, and that's where the media comes in. You know, they got the same agenda, the same BS narrative. You know, they won't have anything to do with anything, and it'll be a way off like the stuff they're saying about misinformation is killing people and stuff like that. Like it'll be way off like stuff like that. How the hell is misinformation killing people? But see, if we're in a pandemic, misinformation wouldn't matter, dude. None of that shit would matter because this is a pandemic, right? That's why it's just it's the virus killing people.
Right quick.
It's killing people. What you saying?
What'd you say, BJ?
Play that video right quick.
You talking about the Obama one?
Oh shoot, we got another guest in the building. Hello, how you doing, Miss Lockhart?
Hello and good evening to everyone.
Hello, what's up? How are you?
Felicia, what's going on? How you doing?
Hello, daughter of Yeshua. Hello, Frank. Hello, King. BJ, I'm not going to be on here too long. You know, I've been up since 5.
Damn.
That's understandable.
I understand. But I'm glad that you're on just the same.
And I'm glad you sent me the invite. You guys got some pretty juicy stuff you're talking about tonight.
Okay, BJ,
yeah.
I think you're gonna have to resend that. I'm confused right now. My bad.
You say you confused?
Yeah, about that Kareem thing. I don't got it.
No, I'm just telling you. Just play the last one I sent you.
Well, the Tucker. That's why I asked the Tucker and the
Yeah, just play that
Obama.
one. Yeah.
No
Until you vote
Obama.
the right way or die.
I think we're unique.
See, that's another thing. You're telling me what to do. You know what I'm saying? You're coercing me.
We are in a studio atmosphere. We're not in
Group think. That's what that is.
Remote atmosphere anymore. But that. So Barack Obama went to Virginia to get his old friend Terry McAuliffe.
I think you're gonna have to listen to him.
Work well.
I'm looking for it on screen.
No, I think I'll share it, and then you.
Glasgow, Scotland. And while he was there, he immediately started slinging the cliche. Our genius president speaks almost entirely in cliches, which is what dumb people do.
Oh, you got to put it. You got to click on it.
Since we're in the Emerald Isles here, he said, let me quote the bard, William Shakespeare.
You got to click on. You got to bring it in.
Isle refers, of course, to Ireland, not to Scotland. Anyway, and Shakespeare is the national bard of England, not of Scotland. That's the Scots.
Whatever. More cliches. Keep upon one another. The real point of Obama showing up was to remind everyone that there is a silver lining they got to hear from him. Jesus is here. Watch.
Even though I'm not required to attend summits like this anymore, old habits die hard. And when the issue at hand is the health of our planet and the world our children and our grandchildren will inherit, then you will have a hard time keeping me away. Because when it comes to climate, time really is running out. Vote the issue. Vote like your life depends on it, because it does.
Vote Democrat or you will die. You will die. Republicans ought to try that. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page
and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.
Hey, this is it. That's it. That was a little short one. Yeah, I've seen the Pat McAfee interview. Yeah. Okay. The diary Kiko's talking about, daughter Yeshua, is about Joe Biden's daughter that
Oh no. I know what the diary is about. I know exactly what it's about. He just said, what about Joe Biden's daughter's diary missing? He just wanted us to discuss it about the FBI raiding the reporter's house for it. And I'm just saying, what's so important about this diary? You know, that is it talking about Hunter, smoking crack, or what's in this diary that they have to send the FBI to raid these reporters' house? That's all I was saying. Oh, I know it's a story.
It's alleged that there was some illicit sexual activity in a shower for several years, or bathing with the father and the daughter. And it's alleged that that's what was in the diary.
You are joking me. Now, I hadn't heard that
I heard that.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
But I think that the most compelling thing is that we're using our current DOJ under this president to do the research, or to do all the deep stuff. That is such a conflict of interest. That's a conflict of interest to have this seated president's DOJ dig into something that would be considered just a standard theft. Couldn't the local authorities deal with that? I think that their involvement reeks of truth to a point.
Yeah, because they wouldn't need to try to block it. They wouldn't need to try to.
Not at all. I mean, wouldn't that be a local authority? Wouldn't that be the local police? I mean, why would it be the DOJ would set this up? And why would the FBI be involved in something like this? Moreover, you can't overlook the fact that, like Frank just said, it's conflict of interest. Why would your DOJ go after these folks, and they're not even the ones who discovered it? And the company that, let's say Project Veritas, they said they weren't even going to touch it. They had they didn't want to touch it. They didn't want anything to do with it. They could not verify it. And so now they're after them. So it's like, he's making himself look guilty.
But wouldn't
I
you
mean,
go after Project Veritas? Because when you think about it, look at all of the stories and all the information they've uncovered. Like the very last story with the pharmaceutical companies and what they discovered with that. I mean, story after story has been explosive and it has been all fact. So I understand why they would go after them.
yeah, but in a real healthy world, in a healthy America, that would not stand. In a healthy America, that would not stand because legally there's so much overreach. Do you know what I mean, Dora Rishua? It's a
I'm trying to
lot of
understand how
overreach.
would it not stand? Because like what I was listening to today, I was listening to the founder of Project Veritas as information the same exact way. This is nothing new. Like the same way that this diary was found is the same exact way that so many other stories are broken. And so I don't know how it's overreached. So I'd
I,
like for you to help me
sure,
understand that. Not
sure.
meaning that I
Okay.
want to disagree. I want to see eye to eye.
So you have to look at the actual facts of the case. The facts are that the diary was obtained from somebody else. Somebody else completely wanted to go to the tabloids and wanted to say, here, we're going to take some money for this diary. And instead, what ended up happening was Project Veritas received it from the same entity. They read through it. They said, well, in our opinion, there's no there. We cannot verify the validity of this document. So they gave it back, or somebody ended up keeping it. Either way it goes, what ended up happening was they did not release the story, and still to this day have not released the story. What ended
Right.
up happening was others found that some of their workers or reporters had it, or are alleged to have had it, and because of that they raided the house. Now you and I both know the real reason why they raided them is because of retribution, right? Because of all
Hmm.
the things that's been said and been done in the past. But
Right.
the points are is that legally you are not to use this seated president's DOJ to supersede the local authorities for a standard theft.
Right. But I want to also go back to what's being said in the chat because what the last comment said in the chat, and that's also what the attorney and the founder said today was that the diary was not stolen, but instead it was left behind either in a home or residence where
In a
the
hotel
daughter,
room.
yeah, either a hotel, well, they didn't clarify. They said either a hotel or a home where she previously stayed, but you're probably right. It probably was a hotel room and it was found. But then another thing that I wanted to clarify that they stated was that after they decided to scratch the story and that it wasn't going to go anywhere, they took that diary and turned it into the local law enforcement.
Right. Said, hey,
Why,
turn this in. They said
why would
uh,
they do that?
because the way O'Keefe said it was, he walks in integrity, and if it belonged to her, here, you guys take it, turn it in. Now, it doesn't matter what's in it if you're turning a book in, right? If it's just a book you're turning in, it doesn't matter what's in it. It's a book. It doesn't belong
Hmm.
to us. They
Right.
attempted to turn it in, and then after they turned it in, it went from one thing to another. One thing I admire about James O'Keefe is that he was very explicit on his explanation of how his firm handled this particular document, this book. He was very, very explicit. And the one thing that my mind still wraps around the fact that our DOJ of this seated president is utilizing our tax dollars and FBI for this particular issue. It would have made more sense to get the diary and let it be buried if there was something nefarious in it. Because now everybody's eyes are on it.
Exactly. I do agree with
Okay,
that.
let me bring up something to Miss Felicia. Miss Felicia's got children. She's a grandmother. I don't have any children. Frank, I don't know. Daughter Joshua, I don't think he has any. But then, nevertheless, that's okay. Um, Talking about these, what they call these mandates which seem to be going on. And now they're saying, they got Sesame Street, Big Bird saying you can get this shot and all this other crap, tell a kid they're going to get superpowers and be like Superman if they take it, all that other nonsense. And I know, Miss Felicia, that you would not let your children go anywhere near this, would you?
No, they'd have to take me out to get one of mine.
No, well, that's good. I'm glad you said that. Somebody's thinking smart here. That's pretty good. That somebody's saying that they got some things. Because I think about it, you were crazy enough to get it. You might be crazy enough to get a child to get it. So I look at that.
Well, let's look at it. You've got aborted fetal cells as well as a bevy of other things that are in it. Okay, even if you get angry enough, it alters your DNA. If you get angry enough, or if you go through a great deal of stress, it can alter your DNA. This is a GMI. Please, let's be clear. And so it is not as benign as they say it is. The most important thing that I think that I saw just recently was at the World Health Conference. And one of the guys was saying, you know what? I don't blame people for not wanting to take this because it's gene therapy. Well, it's the same thing that they were quarreling about back in 2013. The gene therapy, that it does alter the DNA, and they wanted to make sure that whomever had the DNA altered, that they could own the host. That was the argument. That was the argument under the United States Supreme Court. The United States Supreme Court ruled, you're absolutely right. You cannot have a patent on DNA, but you can certainly have a patent on mRNA. So therein lies the issue. This whole thing alters who you are. I don't know if you guys have seen anybody with it, but they're quite unique. They're not the same. And if you haven't seen it yet, watch them after the second or third dose. They're definitely different. So it does alter your DNA. It does a lot more than people think. And it blows the entire immune system wide open, and you are susceptible to anything that you come in contact with. And so I submit that anytime you see somebody that takes it and they get sick, it's because they have after the first shot, I believe I think the numbers show that it's about 50% compromised the immune system, and then the second one it's down to 75, so on and so forth. Well, look, they're already saying you need a third shot. It's never going to stop. It's never going to stop until you drop dead. Once the host is gone.
Well, that's why the Pfizer said today that people who run misinformation should be characterized as criminals. So he's trying to set the climate.
Well, here's the deal. Enough Americans are going to get tired in a minute. And somebody's going to remember that there's a portion of our Constitution, of our amendments that says, you know what? And I'm going to paraphrase it. A well-oiled militia. In a minute. Because you're going to get enough of us who's not going to sit back and keep taking it. In a minute.
And you know what? Look, Felicia's right on point, man. The thing is what it is too. They get the patent on the
fourth and the fifth and the sixth and the seventh.
They get the patent on you. Right. I mean, they get the patent on the virus, and they get the patent on you. You see what I'm saying? You're the patent now. You're the part of the patent. You see what I'm saying? When you get the shots, that's another thing too. You see what I'm saying? So you're kind of like owned by them doing that way.
Exactly.
So,
exactly.
It's crazy, but they're gonna it's gonna be for life. I seen some girl today, some girl, some black girl, whatever we was talking or whatever. She worked at my old job, and we were chopping it up. And she said she took the booster shot. She was like, "Oh, I don't," she was like, "I feel kind of weird. I'm sorry. I'm out of it. I took the booster," and I'm like, "Wow." I didn't want to, tell her, critique her or nothing like that, or tell her about, her. I'm not gonna say mistake because we're making life for choices, but about her choice that she made, right? But at the same time, I was just looking like, dude, you're 20-something years old. Why would you need to take, why would you need to take a booster shot, dude? You're not 50-something. And even the older people, see, that's just to scare the older people, coerce the older people into getting it. You see what I'm saying? And that's really targeted. A lot of our older people are really, that booster is really targeting them and their age ranges. But you know what I'm saying? If you think about it, if you're an older person anything that you take is going to compromise. A lot of things that you're going to take artificially is going to compromise your body anyway, because you're at a certain peak point in your life to where, I don't know. It's just, I mean, honestly, if you, a lot of people don't really love their kids like that. Let's just keep it 100. You see what I'm saying? Because a lot of stuff wouldn't be happening to these kids, and a lot of people wouldn't be raising their kids the way they did if they really did. So I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people coerce the kids and stuff like that and push the kids to get it. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised one bit. Not surprised at all. You know, like I said, people are full of it. You know, people are really full of it, man. You know, and I think that's a really selfish thing to do. If you have your kid get that shot, that's really selfish. Really selfish. You know, it's really selfish move.
Agreed.
Okay, what did you say, BJ? Sorry about that.
I sent you an interview just for you to set it and dissect it for a minute, because I want to show you some things in here that were very concerning to me.
Okay, I got you.
They're trying to run the script on us again.
Having a bad prospecting day? Introducing Lucia, the easiest, most accurate way to prospect.
The ridiculous
Simply
commercial.
sign up for free and congrats. Now you can reach more than 50 million direct dials. How easy.
Backlash growing against star Green Bay Packers quarterback Aaron Rodgers, who defended not getting the COVID vaccine after telling reporters this summer that he was immunized. Rodgers getting slammed by big names in sports and even by former NFL players and coaches.
I respect his attitude toward being an individual, but this is a team game. And in all honesty, I'm disappointed in his play on words for his explanation. I'm disappointed in some of his selfish actions.
I'd give Aaron Rodgers some advice. It would have been nice if he'd just come to the Naval Academy and learn how to be honest. Unfortunately, we've got players that pretty much think only about themselves, and I'm extremely disappointed in the actions of Aaron Rodgers.
There are times to quote Martin Luther King, and this was not one of them. In the grand scheme of things, it's deceptive and it's wrong.
You came across as a national embarrassment. There is no other way around it. It was the most embarrassing performance of Aaron Rodgers' career. Period. There is no denying that.
Joining now to discuss NBA legend Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. So glad to have you here. Thank you very much for appearing to talk about this. You wrote a piece today on your Substack titled "Aaron Rodgers Didn't Just Lie," and you're not holding back. You say that he is hurting all athletes with his vaccine antics. Why do you say that?
Well, Rodgers deliberately misled his team and the public with a lie of omission. And those type of lies really are the type of things that destroy confidence. So as a liar, how can he be trusted to endorse products? Worse, he's damaged the image of professional athletes as role models and potentially hurt their financial opportunities as spokespersons. Just think about this. A product that may have been considered an athlete may now reconsider in favor of an actor or a pop star, or at least someone who's more trustworthy.
You said, to endorse products. A Wisconsin-based health company, Previa Health, has cut ties with Rodgers, but sponsors like State Farm are sticking with him. Are you surprised by that?
Yeah, I am. I'm surprised at the ones that are sticking with him because, just the way that he used the word immunized instead of vaccinated, that shows his lack of understanding of the whole science of immunology. He doesn't get it.
If you look at, Kareem, what happened to Colin Kaepernick, right? He was blacklisted for calling out the systemic racism. He didn't actually risk anyone's health. You say Rodgers will likely continue to play. He's getting a paycheck. Is there a double standard here?
I think there is a double standard. Rodgers is very valuable to the NFL, and he has a lot of fans, and I don't think they're going to do anything of a serious nature to discipline him. His lack of responsibility, for his friends, family, team, staff, and fans that he lied to and exposed to COVID-19, it shows a lack of moral character that can't be ignored.
What do you say this, it's happened a lot with some folks, but let's hear an athlete say, oh, it's cancel culture and it's the whole woke whatever, and he's blaming it on that. What do you think of that, Kareem?
I think his ignorance, like I said before, his ignorance regarding the science of immunology brings back like old stereotypes, like the big dumb athlete who doesn't understand what's going on in medicine. I think he's done a great job of bringing that stereotype back to people's minds, and that's not going to be a good thing.
Invoking Dr. King?
This isn't a place to invoke Dr. King. This is a place to do the things that you need to do to save lives and keep people well. And Aaron has, he missed the boat entirely.
He is long considered to be a thoughtful guy, hosting Jeopardy. Not long ago, he seemed like he could cross over from football into high-profile second career. Do you think that's been thrown away?
Well, I think he's definitely called into question his integrity. So where do you go from there?
Yeah. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, thank you so much. He wrote an article. He said Aaron Rodgers didn't just lie. And it's a fascinating article. We're so glad that you're here to speak about it. Thank you, Kareem. I'll see you soon. Be well, okay?
Will do, Don. Have a good one.
You too.
All right. What do you think about that?
Man, that's some bullshit, man. So, I mean, the thing is that for when it was a script, they was both reading from a script. The way Don Lemon was asking the questions, it was like 1, question 2, question 3. It was so scripted, so fake. And then when you're on shows like this, shows like that, then they script everything anyway, and they, basically cuts for different takes. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm not feeling it. You know what I mean? They'll lie to you and say that something's a lie with a lie. It's just too much, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just too much. It's too much, man. You know what I'm saying? And they're telling grown men to see. This is another thing. We talk about the white man and all these motherfuckers emasculating black men and shit, or whatever the fuck, or the mamas and black mamas and shit. What about these people? They're keeping emasculation. It's not just black people that emasculate black men. So-called black men. It's not just it's the media, and it's you see what I'm saying? Society too. You see what I'm saying? The movies tell you to be a certain way when it's not like that. But the thing is, they're basically telling you not to make a decision. They're basically telling a grown man not to make a choice and be a part of some think tank. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And they keep dangling money and careers. Not everybody, you know what I'm saying? Life is not all about money. That's the lost value system, right? We talk about putting wealth and everything first. You feel what I'm saying? So the thing is, it's funny because it's not just women that get caught up in that lost value system. It's also men too. So the society is pushing these, this is a black man and one of them is a white man. Aaron Rodgers is a white man. They're basically pushing, or excuse me, my bad about the emasculation thing with the color thing because he's a white guy. But with Kyrie Irving, it was pushing that emasculation. But I think it ain't just with black men. I think it's a emasculation thing, period, with men in America. You see what I'm saying that they're pushing? That's exactly what they're doing. They're pushing the emasculation with this dude. They're basically telling men, especially us, not to make a choice. Be like the rest. You see what I'm saying? Be a follower and be a part of the group thing.
It is Stephen A. Smith. Why you take that name? I call him Stephen A. Smith too. Why you take that damn name from me? Shit.
I was looking at that. I can't stand Stephen Smith. I can't stand Stephen A. Smith. I don't even know how people still watch that show. I really don't. He's so annoying.
Monique Tusi.
Monique Tusi,
I just want to tell you your friend Felicia Lockhart just left the building. She said she had to go to sleep.
And I missed her too. I was having some technical difficulties, and then when I came back, she was gone. I was like, man.
She be spending some jewels, man.
I bet. Yes. I bet.
I do want to make an announcement for her since she just left. She said go to her page, Headlines with Her Voice, click the Patreon tab, and on the home tab to unlock it, and you can watch the interview with Cynthia McKinney. She was She did an interview with Cynthia McKinney yesterday. She says an hour and 30 minutes, and she said it was great, but she knew that they would snatch it off YouTube, so she did it on her Patreon. So I just want to thank this.
Smart move.
Thank her for having an interview with Cynthia McKinney as well.
Yeah.
So hey, Monique, I need you on here too. You know, you always welcome to come back on here. How's life going in Tulsa, Oklahoma? And I hope that everything is well because it's a wild world out there and it's getting wilder by the day. With that being said, but I just wanted, what was my thoughts in the interview was a bunch of dumb lunacy, hypocrisy. That's my thought. I'm like, wait a minute now. Wait a minute. Why y'all bring up Kaepernick? And I can get into all that. Kaepernick got a Netflix movie and he trying to get paid. Okay, he just grifting, but that's okay. I'm not even getting into Kaepernick right now. You're bringing up this thing invoking Dr. King and all this stuff. What that got to do with anything? The question is to jab or not to jab. Okay, that's the question. Okay, period. Right? And you're asking all this stuff. Somebody might go get an athlete or a pop singer to do your commercials, and he said it's hurting the athletes as role models. I don't need you to be my role model no way. So what are you talking about? You know, so I think that people got to understand that what you saw with him and Don Lemon, that wasn't nothing but a sideshow and a bunch of nonsense.
Isn't everything with Don Lemon a sideshow? I mean, really.
Yeah. Now, I got to call Kareem in the question too because I wouldn't go on Don Lemon show at all. But you going in a lot of times. This ain't the right guy to be talking to him. But then, you know what? And I thought about it. Don Lemon living a lie. You know, he claimed he pro-black, but Don Lemon sleep beside a white man every night. Ain't that some shit? Right. You know, I find it very interesting he's sleeping beside a white man every night. You know, can't say it. But it is what it is. Kind of funny.
What it is. That's his
choice.
I'm not even gonna go there.
I'm not gonna tell you a lie though. That must be the new thing going on sometime in circuit, depending on where you at. Because I didn't tell you a lie. I was at a wedding last week and I saw a lot of brothers with a Becky. So I ate them. Okay. So I'm just letting you know. It is what it is. But I just happen to see quite a bit of it. I'm like, whoa. I'm like, oh shit. I know. You know, I had to tell one of them, no, I ain't trying to be involved with you like that. Just back up. You know, I had to tell her, just back up a little bit. I ain't trying to get down with you. No, you know, the other brothers might be down with you. I ain't trying to mess with you.
And you know, like I said something to King BJ earlier about that. I said, you know, this is something that is happening on a global scale. It's not just, I mean, I'm glad that he saw it at the wedding and it hit him that, okay, this might actually be a thing. You know, you saw about 8 that you counted there. Okay. But the truth of the matter is this is an issue that is happening globally. Like I feel like they have officially infiltrated um, our relationships at this point. And I mean, it's been officially infiltrated. I mean, and we've talked about this on this platform prior, you know, the Cynthia G's and the divested channels and all of these different things are continuing to push this narrative that so-called black love, because I don't like calling us black, but you know, that it doesn't exist. But the truth of the matter is it does exist. It does exist. You know what I'm saying? It does exist. But we're under attack. I mean, I think we have to say that though. We're under attack.
Hey, wait a minute, man.
Yeah.
Hey, this is a good post right here. I was not in Florida with a. No, I'm just talking about I was. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. I think I was at a wedding with a lot of guys with a Becky. But I know what you saying. You saying that Don was in Florida. Yeah, he was in Florida with a Bucky. Yeah, he definitely.
But I think the same point is that even if you're gay, I think that you know what King BJ was saying is that they're still divested and dating outside of their race. You understand? So, yeah, it's interesting. It's just very interesting.
I wanted to say something about the Colin Kaepernick thing, man. That dude, For one, Colin Kaepernick never got blackballed because I never. Have you ever heard about somebody getting blackballed and still getting $1 million endorsements? I haven't. And second, you know what I'm saying? The thing is about this dude, you know what I mean? He got a Netflix deal. How do you get blackballed and get a Netflix deal? See, that's what I'm saying. We don't
Right.
think, dude. We don't think. We don't think. We don't think. We don't think. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
why social media is there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To keep us not thinking. You feel me? To keep us watching
Hmm.
the next female twerk, the next you know what I'm saying, female that got the Brazilian butt lift and
Come
shit
on
like that.
now. That's
You
what
know,
they getting you with.
you
They
know,
getting us with something else.
they're getting
But
you with the fake thugs and stuff. You know what I'm saying? The fake thugs. And in the
no,
lesbianism, they're getting y'all with the
no.
lesbianism too.
Well,
And the
not
fake
me, but
thugism.
I
Well,
think
yeah, because
I
if,
think
if you
every time I log in, they tell you you're fat, you're ugly, you're not this, you're not
ooh,
that. Every single time, and and we're all beautiful. I'm looking at the women in the chat. I look at myself. Like we're all beautiful women here. But every time that you log into social media, their goal is to tell you that you ain't ish, right? That's their
mm,
goal, is to make you feel like you need this new what do you call it, a waist snatcher or whatever they're called. You
mm,
need this new whatever, you need this new surgery, you need this new makeup, you need this new lip gloss, you need this. That's what they do to women. To y'all is the whole, this the new twerking video.
sexualized. No, you're right. You're right. That's a good point.
Yeah, yeah.
They sell y'all insecurities and stuff.
Yeah, they do. They try to sell us. And then the crazy thing is, especially for the so-called black woman, okay, or the Hebrew woman, they try to tell us that we're not beautiful while stealing our beauty, while
Mm,
while
mm,
emulating everything that is beautiful about us. So yeah, it's just trippy. It's real
mm,
trippy. You
mm.
know,
That was
we
some
peep
fat.
their game though. We peep their game. It is what it is.
You spit some bars though. Damn, dude. She said, damn, they try to man, trying to be like us, but then still, or say that you're not beautiful and perpetuate that, but then still try to steal your whole sweat. Exactly.
I'm gonna let
Exactly.
I'm gonna let Felicia narrate. I'm gonna let Felicia, since she in the chat, narrate from the chat, because I'm just glad that you came on here and graced your presence for 30 minutes. I know you're tired because you've been up since 5 o'clock, but we always love your input.
Oh yeah.
But
Oh yeah.
I do want to say something, because what I saw in California and what I seen across where Aaron Rodgers interview, it has woken a lot of people. But now they've been talking about the side effects now, but they've been saying the old good old adage, the reward is better than the risk. Now that might be true, but the reward is better than the risk on who end. Are you your end
Mm,
Hmm.
or my end? See?
mm,
Um, so that's what I need to figure out. And I think the reward is better on your end because you get money. Like I said, Pfizer, Moderna, Johnson Johnson have all got a Christmas present to last a lifetime, right? You know, not saying we should be in the holidays or anything, but they getting Thanksgiving, Christmas, Halloween, trick or treat. They getting the whole deal. They getting real fat.
mm.
Yeah,
That's
they
why they
are.
want you to keep getting jabbed up. Now I sent Frank that article today about 100 pounds of kilos coming into Chicago on a plane. Now I'm like, wait a minute, now hold on now. Y'all say no to drugs. Y'all bringing drugs to the country in Chicago every day, man. What's going on here? Right?
Mm.
I'm just asking
Okay.
questions, right? So I think that we have a big problem, a lot of hypocrisy. But I did want to say something because people have been asking me to talk about this, and people have just been asking me to just bring it up, and I just say I'm gonna bring it up. This Travis Scott thing. What do y'all think about that? Y'all both used to work at Disney, so what do y'all think about that?
I don't know if Disney has anything to do with it, but like I don't think that they would ever have anyone like him performing. First, that's first and foremost. They like to have people like Jason Derulo or somebody like that, and
Yeah.
just whack. But anyways, not saying that Travis, sorry, but not saying, I want same backup for him, but I'm not even gonna go there and tell that story. But anyways, because there's a lot I could say about that. But they like a certain type at Disney, and let's just say that I don't think Travis is that type. Sugary. But anyway, so um,
You right.
but the truth of the matter is that it is what it is. I think when I first looked at it, I immediately felt the horror for those young people. I saw how tightly packed in they were, like from like some of the security officers I think that had some of the footage down there. It looked scary. And when I heard some of the just some of the young people tell their side of the story, like one young lady told her boyfriend, tell my son I love him, because she really thought she was gonna die. She felt like she was being crushed just so bad that she thought she was going to lose her life. Can you imagine the fear? But this is my thing. So I felt for them first. I felt for the people first. Second, I felt like y'all are stupid. We're in the middle of a global health pandemic, and there's 50,000 people out there. What was y'all doing
Wait a minute.
anyways? And who
Wait a
approved
minute.
this?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Yeah,
Wait a minute.
I ain't even got into it good. I ain't got
What?
I already know what BJ gonna say. I already know what BJ's gonna say right now.
What? I'm
What?
listening.
What?
I already know
What
what you're
pandemic?
gonna say.
They just showed you ain't no pandemic
I
if they
know
had
it. I
to be
know it.
people out there,
Wait,
right?
okay, BJ. Okay, let me finish my
Okay.
thought. Hold on. Now, going back to,
Go.
I see somebody in the comment that just said this is a ritual. Now, let me get to that. Because I always give a spiritual perspective and a godly perspective on this program and any platform that I'm ever on, because that's what I'm called to do. Now, from a spiritual perspective, you know, Travis is highly demonic. But anybody in Hollywood, and you all know my background, that I've been heavy in Hollywood prior. I'm telling you, the demons are real. These people are very demonic. And you could see that because as they carried one man, his limp body from the crowd, he was still singing. I have a problem with that. Like, and when if it weren't for that, like the one guy being carried out and he's still singing, or and that man could have, I pray that he wasn't dead, but he looked dead. And when the ambulance came in, you didn't stop then either. Like, what is your problem? What is your problem? What were you thinking? I remember back in the day, people would faint all the time at Michael Jackson concerts, and Michael would stop it. Hey, you guys. He want to get the person, make sure they was all right, but not Travis, not Travis. It was demonic. So, and I did see they said 8 flames, 8 bodies, but there's some questions with that because the people in the crowd said that there were way more bodies than 8. So who's really telling the truth? And that's my take on it. I believe that there's going to be a lot of lawsuits, but I
How do you,
think he'll recover from it though.
sorry about that, daughter. You sure? I just got something saying that you want me to let me post, you want to post this real quick,
Yeah,
BJ?
pull it up, man. Pull it up.
I kind of low key agree with Hannibal and shit on that. I low key kind of agree. I don't agree with that. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
you don't agree with what? You don't agree with what?
I said I kind of agree with that. It's like Kyle
Oh,
Rittenhouse.
okay.
Just like the Kyle Rittenhouse situation.
I understand Hannibal.
That's what I was just reading. Mm-hmm.
But
same thing. I don't have sympathy for that white boy. All right, so I don't. So okay, so
look. Let's just. I want to deal with this issue. Look who's on the case. Ben Crump is on the case.
I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it.
It's on what case?
I'm gonna play it.
Ben Crump is suing Travis Scott for that 9-year-old getting killed. Now, I just want to know how Ben Crump got on the case.
I thought he was in a coma. I didn't think he was dead yet.
Yeah, put it up there. Ben Crump. Yeah. How did Ben Crump get in it?
I didn't know the
when Ben
9-year-old
Crump gets
died.
in the case, I already know what time it is. This is money.
Oh my gosh, that's devastating.
Bill, I don't like Benjamin Crump.
I don't either. I can't stand that man. But anyways.
Hey man, Lee, Mary.
Ben Crump is the attorney on the case. Now, I'm about to be dead on with you, Frank. I'm gonna be dead on with you. This probably was a sacrifice of something. But I'm gonna tell you something. When Ben Crump come on, you know this shit is psyop. You already know what time it is.
That shit.
But Ben Crump ain't
No.
coming unless he get paid. So they got an agenda behind this now. Ben Crump ain't supposed to be on the case. Ben Crump used to say he for civil rights. This ain't no civil rights issue, is it? And that's even bullshit too. But I'm just letting you know Ben Crump on the case. So something is up with this case with Ben Crump on this case. I'm just
Well,
letting
he
you know.
sees there's a lot of money to be made. Obviously, this is a highly publicized case where there's a lot of money to be made. It's obvious that he would get in on the play. Obviously, I don't think there's too much more to it than that. He's an opportunist, and this is clearly an opportunity to make money. I
That's
wouldn't
the
read too
problem.
much further into it than that. It is a problem. I agree. It is a problem. You're
Yeah.
exactly right, Hannibal. Drake was there performing, and I guarantee more than likely he will be sued too before it's all said and done. They're going after whoever has money at this point. They're going after whoever has money. I'm sure they'll go after the promoters, they'll go after security, they'll go after police, fire, EMS, whoever
Well,
they can sue.
why did the security stand down though? What's up with them? Like what happened here? This is
Why did they stand down?
Yeah, they stood down, they didn't do anything. What's up?
Well, part of the problem that I saw is that it was not enough security. Because from the beginning of the concert, the crowd just burst through the entryway. They were supposed to be doing some sort of COVID checks, and no COVID checks were being done. They were supposed to hold up their phones to be able to show some sort of information. And then, obviously, there were so many people that just burst through that didn't even have any tickets, weren't even supposed to be there. So that was part of the problem. You were already overcrowded. They warned Travis, or the law enforcement did from the beginning, code enforcement warned them that it was overcrowded. They knew these issues. They didn't have enough security. They didn't have enough. The problem was that they should have been able to better gauge who was coming in. And, they didn't do that. They did not protect. And even when you saw that it was overcrowded by law, the fire marshal should have shut it down. They should have shut it down. Like, there were so many failures and so many
I saw
different things
that.
that I see.
Okay, let me get to these questions, these answers in the chat.
Judah Queen, what up?
Hi, Judah Queen.
And Kiko, security was injected with something. I look at it like this. Anytime you got a massive crowd of people, anything can happen. So all bets are off.
Yep.
That's how I'm looking at it. But I will say that this is very, very it's very, very bad what happened here. But a lot of people got to understand. Right now, I'm gonna be dead on with you. Being in large crowds, football games, basketball games, anything can happen. So keep your head on swivel. I mean, look, I'm just being honest. I mean, you know me. I mean, like I told you, that wedding I was at had 213 people, but I did see somebody fall and knock their head on the steps from drinking too much, right? So it is what it is, right? But I'm just telling you, anything can happen. But
I'm sorry.
But it is what it is. But we're just saying, we just got to be more careful and watch this stuff, because what you saw there can happen again. And as a matter of fact, now with all these mandates going on and stuff like that, you probably see more stuff like that happen. If you have a thing where people protest the mandates, you having a game, somebody might say ain't gonna be no game today. This is it. I mean, you ain't having no game.
Right. But I have a problem with, I don't understand why a 9-year-old was there. I also don't understand why a 14-year-old was there, like the 14-year-old that died. What were they doing there? Like, they're too young to be in that type. You have drugs there, you got alcohol. It's like a club. So what parent allowed a 9-year-old and a 14-year-old to even be there in the first place? Everybody who died, I think there was only one person that was almost 30 so far. Everyone was in their 20s and younger. It's like, I don't even understand. I just don't understand. Another thing that I was on Clubhouse earlier today, and I was listening in on some conversations, and they were talking about potentially how graphene oxide, which is in the jabs, how it reacts to vibration or how it reacts to music. And maybe that had something to do with all of these people overheating and all of these people like passing out and having these issues. Like majority of the people at this event were jabbed. And there was some that were given an incentive to be able to go to the concert because they were. And I think that's something to think about, you know? Like, did it have something to do with that?
But then the thing is, I feel you. See, the thing is, like, I mean, I hope people don't take this the wrong way, but I'm gonna say this again. You know, people don't really care about the kids. Let's just keep it real. You know, let's just be 100. And it's sad. People put their own selfish needs and wants and everything over the kids anyway. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times people don't raise the kids to the best ability of their potential anyway. A lot of times people mirror their kids as their self and their actual, you know what I'm saying, their lives as their selves, and that's not good. You see what I'm saying? You're supposed to want your kids to want better and do better. I don't believe in that saying, if you know you better do better. That's a bunch of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? That's some stupid ass shit one of these dumbass rappers made up. You feel me? That'll probably make Boule or Masonic anyway. This thing had ritual written all over it, right? You see what I'm saying? You know, this is a ritual. You know what I'm saying? A 14 and a 9-year-old. It's funny how it's a 9 too. You look at the number 9, right? A 9-year-old and a 14-year-old was there. You see what I'm saying? Little ass kids. So that's on the basically on the security too. So it's just like, you know what I'm saying? I just, like I said, people don't care about the kids, man. People treat the kids nowadays like they're their damn teenage friends. You know what I'm saying? People don't instill anything in the kids. You see what I'm saying? People aren't instilling good stuff.
Hey, pull that thing up. Pull that thing up.
Saying?
Pull that thing up right quick. That last one I just sent you on Messenger. You ain't got to go through the video. I just wanted people to show you where to get it from. Because she did do the interview, and I give her props for it. For what she did.
Okay, so pull it up. I got you.
Yeah, and you can go to Headlines with a Voice to find the interview with Cynthia McKinney.
Okay, I'll play it.
Yeah.
And while you're looking that up, I just wanted to say that I think we're gonna really see just how mad people will get because they have started to go after people's children. I disagree with the fact that people don't care about the children. You know,
A lot of people don't. I'm telling you. You got to show, you know, not say. You feel me? Showing is really showing.
I mean, not Trump.
Really,
hey, Frank, not Trump. Not Trump.
Oh,
the messenger with
interview with Cynthia McKinney, with Felicia.
No, you know what happened? Okay,
Yeah.
I'll show you. I know what happened.
But I gotta read something to y'all in a minute. I gotta go back and get this paper.
And computer robots, I agree. What type of parent that would allow their kid to be in that situation? The type of parent that wants their child to like them as a friend? I agree. Because, you know, if I were a parent, which I'm not, my child definitely wouldn't have been going to a concert like that. Period.
And then Kiko said they agree with me. I mean, the thing, okay, Dodo, I feel you, but a lot of, I mean, let's just keep it 100, man. Let's just keep it 100, dude. Let's just keep it 100.
What you saying? A lot of people don't love their kids and don't take good care of them.
No, I say care about. They don't really. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe in very unfortunate areas, but that's not true. I can't accept that.
You would see people, they tripped over January 6th, but they're not tripping over the kids, man. The more mandatory vaccinations in schools. You would think everybody would be protesting right now, bro.
Hit it.
Bam.
Well, hello, and good evening to everyone. I'm glad that you guys were able to pull in and see me this evening. There is a great video that I just did this morning with Dr. Cynthia McKinney. The video is very good, and I think that you'll want to go over to Patreon and check it out. I decided to be unbridled. I didn't want to have a lot of, things stifled or prevent us from having the conversation that I thought we needed to have. And so here on the Lockhart Perspective Headlines with a Voice, or the TLP Headlines with a Voice, you can now go and there is a brand new button for you for Patreon. Conversely, there's also one for Headlines with a Voice. The other Headlines with a Voice account, I do not have access to. No one does, actually. And so the unfortunate piece to that is that we had to create another one. And since we already had Headlines with a Voice, the TLP channel, I decided when I created that one, I would make a push button and notification for both. And so that's what you'll find when you go inside right now to our homepage here on the Headlines with a Voice. That Patreon button now takes you to the brand new TLP Headlines with a Voice channel. And I think that it's good because every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I will be uploading. So everyone who becomes a Patreon over there, you will receive information Monday, Wednesday, Friday that you will not get on any other platform. And so that's a good piece. For those folks who are already patrons of mine over on the Lockhart Perspective, if you choose to forego having that subscription, if you want to forego that one and just join us over on TLP, you can definitely do that. It's just one flat fee over there on that one. And so you may want to do that. But I just wanted to come on and make sure that I was communicating to you guys exactly what was going on. If you are a patron right now of Headlines with a Voice, there is no new information going up there. There are gems there, but we don't have access to any of it. And so because of that, I could not keep that channel and add stuff over there to Patreon. I really tried. I mean, we've been trying for over a month now to see, actually well over a month now, to see what we could do about getting in there and helping out, but we just can't do it. So with that said, I'm excited. The video that we did this morning with, I want to get over here to the comments. The video that we did this morning with Dr. Cynthia McKinney was unbelievable. It is a very good video. I think I'm saying that because even though I've, interviewed her before, this time was just, it was freer. We were able to discuss things in a free nature. And I think that's what makes those types of conversations so great, is that you do feel refreshed when you leave it. You do feel like, hey, this could mean something. One question that I know that a lot of people keep asking, with everything that's going on, what can I do? How can I fix this? How can I change things? What should I do for me and my family? And a lot of times we don't have answers for that. But gosh, diggity dog, if she did not come out with a very solid answer. And I'm sure maybe, most of us have already thought about it one way or another. I know I sort of thought about it, but when she said it with purpose, I was like, oh, wow. So this was really good. I want to say hello to folks. I don't want to make anybody ever feel ignored. Let's see. An Ohio Patriot, how are you? All righty. And is that Patria 47? If that's what it is, hello, how are you? And if it's not, I apologize. Hello, Monica Beach. I'm just a reflection of you, soul sister. Kiki, how are you?
We're going to
Kathy Fan says, hi, I don't know.
Yeah. No, I just was I was just letting y'all know that she the headline,
the information of how to access it.
Yeah, I was just letting you know how to access it and stuff like that. She just was letting you know that she had interviewed Cynthia McKinney, and that she didn't want to put it on YouTube because YouTube they might strike it or whatever. We don't want that to happen to her good information with Cynthia McKinney. So
Exactly.
But I just want to let y'all know that she is that putting a whole lot of information in there. I know if Felicia was on it, that thing is damn good. So and she came over here for like 20 minutes. I thought she had almost turned in the room in here. So it is what it is. But nevertheless, I do think that and I'm looking at the comments right here. I guess I'm just from another generation. Can't understand not truly raising your kids, but I know it happens.
Oh
You know,
yeah,
parents.
that was me.
Um,
I
you as
hate
a
to I hate
parent,
to imagine that. I hate to know that happens.
you as a parent, listen to Lil Nas X with your children. That says a lot about. Well,
Frank,
let me tell you
unmute
something.
yourself.
I said that. Oh my bad.
Lil
It
Nas.
happens. It happens. And I said people are
I know
selfish.
it does, but I hate it.
Well,
What you gonna say about Lil Nas?
Lil Nas X say he won't pussy now.
Would it Hannibal? See, that's it.
He's
I knew. I did not
lying.
say that some months
He's
ago. I
lying.
said I said
Stop
this was gonna
playing.
happen. I said
Stop
this some
playing.
months ago. To watch, he's gonna be on some straight. I
But it
said this.
doesn't want him at this point. So
Fake.
let's
It's just
just
too
keep it
fake.
pushing. Let's
It's
just
just too
keep it
fake,
pushing.
man. This is all look. It's a simulation. Look, the
Oh
Little Nas is not
gosh.
for adults. Little Nas is for kids, and it's for kids. You
Oh
feel me? They're pushing it
goodness.
out for kids. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. They're
Yeah.
pushing him out for kids, and not a grown adult is gonna make his choice. You feel me?
Yeah.
Adult knows, okay, I can make my choice. You know what I'm saying? If I want to or not, because you're adult. You feel what I'm saying? Age range, age wise,
Yeah.
if you're over 25, you know what I'm saying? Experience wise, so you know that's my thing. But at the same time, I agree with Hannibal, man. If you let your kids listen to that, something's wrong with you. If you let your kids listen to Megan Stallion, something's wrong with you. If you let your kid listen to Cardi B, something's wrong with you. Because she even slipped up, right? Her kid was like 12. I mean 12, like two and a half or something like that. Oh, her kid was old enough to understand, right? Her kid, she was playing somebody was playing some of her music. Look, hey,
I'm gonna bring up a sensitive topic in a minute.
All right, somebody was playing Cardi B's music. Guess what she did? She turned her music off. She was like, I don't want my daughter listening to this.
And it was so funny. Her daughter was looking at her like, "Mommy, what is this?" And you could just tell that she is not accustomed to that at all. And it's so crazy. Like the child was looking like, "What is this? This is a whole new mommy." Like it's crazy.
Now, Frank, pull up this article that I sent you earlier. Nearly a third of millennials in the United States identify as LGBTQ.
Damn. Says who though, dude? Like, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised though. There is a rise. I do see some sweet and moistness and zestiness going on with people. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so but even the females too, like I'll be seeing females with fades and shit. And I'll be like, damn, and they be dressing, you know what I'm saying? They look like I wouldn't walk past them down a dark alley and shit. That's somebody I would avoid. You know what I'm saying? Let me stop. All right, so okay, I see it right here.
See it? Yeah, pull it up.
Commercials. Ain't even YouTube is a commercial.
Commercial. It's not a commercial. It's actually just
Can't see the screen.
Hold up, my bad. I got you.
According to a new study by Arizona Christian University, nearly a third of millennials in the United States identify as LGBTQ. The study, conducted in August and published last month, surveyed 600 people between the ages of 18 and 37 in an effort to provide insight into the generation. The research defines millennials as people born from 1984 to 2003. Most studies, however, define them as being born between 1977 and 1995. According to the study, millennials are redefining sexuality, their own, and how to perceive and respond to the gender identity and sexual orientation choices of others. 39% of the 30% millennials who identified as LGBTQ were between the ages of 18 and 24. Other findings suggest that American millennials are also most anti-establishment, unpatriotic, pro-freedom of religion, and desperately trying to find a purpose in life.
I don't agree with that.
Millennials in the study voted the management of the
Me
COVID-19
either.
pandemic as the most important issue the country is facing and disregarded rule of law, national defense, and national values and morals as the least compelling, with only 2% voting in their favor. The study unveiled that close to half of the young adults prefer socialism to capitalism. 40% self-identified as liberal or progressive compared to just 29% who claim to be conservative. The generation is more likely to be liberal than conservative regarding fiscal matters, social issues, and governance, the study found.
I agree with that.
1 out of every 3 young adults, that is 33%, said that they had personally participated in a protest, march, rally, or demonstration during the prior month. Volunteering their time to help people and donating money to organizations other than a church or religious center were voted as the go-to ways millennials engage with their community. Those surveyed voted the state of the nation as the area they were least satisfied with. Only 15% said they were pleased with the current state of affairs in the United States. But beyond the progressive ideals, the generation overwhelmed by a public mental health crisis as suicide rates among the group spike at an alarming rate is aching to find a purpose in life. They admitted to feeling stressed, depressed, or anxious and lost. 3 in 4 millennials said they were still trying to find their purpose in life, and 7 in 10 said they would sacrifice their life for something most likely to save, protect, or defend family members and their freedom. The things they were least likely to sacrifice their life for were the country and their most cherished possessions. For the most part, the generation rejected the idea of an ultimate and absolute moral truth, but held favorable views about the Bible and Jesus. Millennials were more likely to have a negative than positive view of atheism, the study found, despite 40 of the young adults surveyed not believing, knowing, or caring if God exists. The study surveyed millennials between the ages of 18 and 37, even though most sources only regard those between 25 to 40 as part of the generational group. A Gallup poll in February earlier this year found that 1 in 6 members of Generation Z, which millennials fall under, were part of the LGBTQ community.
If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel.
She said a whole mouthful right there. And listen, first, wait. First, let me just tackle this comment real quick because we were having a back and forth in the comment here about this very same thing. But I was talking to Computer Robots that said, yeah, I see millennials, Gen Xers, and Gen Zers follow the same dysfunctional pattern as the baby boomers on raising their kids, but some of us are trying to break away from that. You know, honestly, I don't have children, but all of my friends that do, I know they're doing a pretty good job of what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's trying to just do the best that they can, and they have pretty decent, good kids, you know? So I think that it's on an individual basis. I don't think that we could take this and look at a whole group of people and say one thing. Now, there's some really crappy parents out there, and I think that we're seeing the results of that with different incidents, but yeah, we can't group everybody together. That's just my opinion.
I think that's a good point. Good point. I agree with both of you. I agree with you, Computer Robots, and I agree with you. You see what I'm saying? But the thing is, about these the millennials. I mean, the baby boomers are fucking assholes. Let's just keep it real. They're selfless. We're talking about selfless motherfuckers, right? You know what I'm saying? Those are motherfuckers that chose the welfare and all that bullshit. Those are motherfuckers that chose to integrate like fucking idiots. And they wonder. And see, it's weird. We talk about integration, segregation and integration, but we look at other groups having their own. We don't look down on them, but we look like, damn, they got our. How come we can't? We kind of answer our own question when we ask questions like that, dude. You know what I'm saying? We answer our own questions when we ask questions.
Let me read something. Let me read something right here. Well, let me say something first about the comment there. First of all, I think it's a propaganda hit piece to get people to believe it. But then I look at it in another sense of the word, the daggone. You got to watch that what they're doing. Because they mission accomplished on a lot of fronts. I'm pretty sure my buddy Hannibal in the chat, me and him talked about this on many occasions. Hannibal, you still in the chat, that's cool. If you're not, maybe you'll watch the video. But me and Hannibal talked about this and we said this shit is really fucking people up. All right? That's pretty much it right there. Now, let me read something to you, Carl. I want to read a couple of things. The real pandemic, diabetes death surged during the COVID-19 pandemic, rising 17% last year. Even diabetics who didn't get COVID-19 suffered, often falling victim of isolation, social distance, lack of medical care, or fear. So, while 40%, while COVID was 40% of COVID-19 deaths occurred among people with diabetes, even the diabetes who didn't get COVID-19 suffered. Younger people have been destroyed with diabetes deaths among 25 to 44-year-olds, 29%. 2020 diabetes treatment costs top 230 billion a year in the U.S. Yet the diabetes mortality rate is 42% higher than it is in other industrialized countries. Now, let me say something to you. One thing about it, I will say a lot of people didn't die from COVID like they told you because there were less life insurance claims paid out last year. Just gonna put that out there. Interesting. Beyond the manufactured case number, the test itself is deadly. The cotton tip swabs are all sterilized with ethanol oxide, a cancer-causing substance. Go to cancer.gov. In the same it's a colorless gas used to produce other chemicals such as antifreeze. Also a pesticide and a sterilizer. It has strong ability to damage DNA, which makes it a great sterilizer and a great source for cancer. So the test is really not even safe. So really, they don't even work with the test. Let's see. And the test is not accurate. The test can test for any virus. So it's not even COVID. Remember that this thing is not what they say it is. And just remember the survival rate is 99.8% survival rate. And no, I'm not claiming to be Joe Rogan or anybody else, but all you got to do is go to advance.com, look at the facts. As a matter of fact, that 3-hour interview I sent all of you with Ron Johnson. I sent it to daughter Yashua. I sent it to a lot of people. They had the victims of people who've been hurt on the Senate floor talking about it. It was an excellent interview, and people got to talk, and they were crying on their stage. Paralyzed, my government lied to me. You heard all the stories they gave. So, very interesting.
And plus the 6%, only 6% of really people are really actually, when they pass away, they actually pass away. I'm not going to use the word COVID, but for some coronavirus kind of symptoms. So, we know it's the pneumonia, and we know it's a little bit of heart disease, and it's the flu.
But I have a question. Has no one here on the panel had it?
I think I had it in 2019. Man.
I did too. I know I did. Because I'm telling you right now, it hit California, and everybody that I know, including myself, had it. And you know, we had it, Frank. If you were sick between November and December of 2019, you had it. I'm gonna tell you exactly what happened too. I was moving out of the apartment that I was in. This was in November in California. And I'm telling you, the next day after I moved, I felt a little tickle in my throat, right? Isn't that how they explain it?
Yeah.
And then by that night, I had a fever. I'm talking about body aches, everything. I'm talking about ear infection. I knew it. I knew it. And I was feeling bad. But I had been taking black seed oil like twice a day for months. And I just took more of it. And I said, I'm going to sleep this off. And then the next day, it's so bad, I'm going to go to the hospital then. But the fever broke by the morning because I took the black seed oil. And then, but the lingering chest, the lingering pneumonia feeling is what lasted for almost a month and a half. That's the part that gets people is that. So I know and I'm thankful that I had it early because that acquired immunity. That's why we're not worried about all this, like everybody else is, because we've already been through. And I thank God for that because I feel like He did that. So I don't have to worry. So if you already got it, you're better off than a lot of other people. But I think the majority of people got it. I see Hannibal's comments that he had it back in February? And yeah, February 2020. Okay. And that had you down. Yeah, I was down out for 3 days. 3 days. Yeah.
Test run Tuesdays or what?
What?
That's a test run Tuesdays. It's a test run, dude. That's why that's why certain people got it little by little, like how it was, dude. And then
I
it
think
came
they
out.
unleashed it on us first. I believe that they
That's what I'm saying.
unleashed it. Oregon and California got it unleashed first. They tested it on us. And when I tell you, I was singing during that time heavy, and I was singing with a group of like 200 people getting ready for this production. And when I tell you, everybody got sick, and a lot of people did not. I was like one of the last to get sick, me and the director. And when I tell you, a lot of people didn't recover from it. A lot of the older people died. They died. They were down for like a couple months, but then by like January, they were dying because they couldn't recover from that pneumonia. So that's why I'm like, they tested it. I know they did. And another thing that always stands out in my mind is that day I was moving, I let the windows be open. I lived close to John Wayne Airport right there. And I feel like something came in through the air. I don't care what nobody says. I believe it was airborne because I never really opened the windows like that, but I opened the windows that day, and the very next day, I was sick. So for all it, I hope that helps somebody, but I don't know.
Okay. Well, that being said, I look at it like this. If you can't stop it, everyone virus, but if it's 99% incurable, I'm glad that all of y'all went through it. And that's why I always say, all these people I see, they telling you on TV, these puppets and stuff they put out there to say they had it, they living. So if I see a lot of people living, I don't think you have nothing to worry about. But with that being said, look, I just want to say this. It's been an extra conversation, and there's gonna be to be continued. Frank, I'm gonna try to be on your show tomorrow night. Hannibal, I want to thank you, brother, for always coming in and supporting me when you can. Hannibal, I'm gonna send you that article. I think I did send it to you actually about the kilos in Chicago. So yes, me and Frank were talking about you earlier, and we said that goes to prove you that drug cartels are running. Speak about that, Frank, for a minute about the drug cartels running through Chicago, right quick.
Oh yeah, they've been the drug cartels been out there, man, for a while. So what did they do? They'll have the that's why I don't these white conservatives, man. That's what that's why you can't. I don't trust the conservatives or the liberals, but these white conservatives always in the Fox News groups always give you the Chicago. What about Chicago? What about black and white crime? What about Chicago? What about? But see, now they can't use this now. You see what I'm saying? Because now we have actual proof, and the mainstream media is even tapping in on this about these cartels. So now there's no really where to run and hide when it comes down to this misinformation or information or disinformation, right? So the mainstream will just have you basically thinking that it's just a problem with so-called black people in Chicago when it's really two rival cartels battling out in Chicago. And it's been like this for a while. My boy back in the day, he's a Mexican cat, right? He was even saying, we was talking. He was like, man, my boy live out there in Chicago. And he said, I heard a lot of that crime is done by the Mexicans, by the Latin
That's
people.
right. Chicago was El Chapo drug. Okay, let me make one other announcement. I'm just gonna say this: Washington Builders winner. You just heard the Secretary of Energy come on the other day, and she said that she basically laughed. They're about to close another pipeline down too, but possibly. But she basically laughed and she said that you have high heater prices, but then she said that the gas price has nothing to do with the administration. It has more to do with OPEC not negotiating with them, but once Trump had all the pipelines running you shut the pipeline down, what do you think will happen to oil? A lot of people in Michigan use propane. Hello, what's about to happen? So watch out. They're saying the gas prices will go up in the wintertime. It might cost more to heat your home. High food. I mean, somebody sent me a picture of a turkey costing $28 last year. It could be almost $50 this year. They tell you get other meats and stuff. Well, look, I don't need turkey anyway, but I'm just telling you. So if you celebrate Thanksgiving, which I don't, but I'm just letting you know that, hey, look, check this out. You might want to be careful, okay? Because I don't really
I bet
like
you a lot of people will look at us, not even trying to interrupt you, BJ, but I bet you, I know you got to go, we're going, but a lot of us will look at us weird for not celebrating these pagan holidays.
I'm like,
see, they're so spiritual, though.
Does anybody here celebrate it? Does anyone here in the chat celebrate these pagan holidays anymore? And if you do, I need you to, like the Bible says, come out from among them, lest you receive their plagues, people. We don't celebrate those things anymore. None of it.
Easter, none of that.
None of that. So come on, we have our own holidays. We have our own holidays to celebrate if you want to celebrate something, but we're
Oh,
not going to take part in their pagan craziness.
oh yeah, let me say something. Let me say just a little side show thing right here. I said Frank that thing about that brothel in Brazil where they telling people you can get you can get a prostitute and a vaccine at the same time. I said this thing is kind of clownish, ain't it, man?
What made you think about that?
Huh?
Dude.
What made you think about that just now?
Oh, no, I mean it's just showing you how low they gonna go. Like we talking about the drug thing. They might say you take the shot, you can get a kilo of cocaine. They might try
No
anything. They
shit,
going
no
that way.
shit, no shit, dude. They're gonna give you
Well,
some illegal shit
well,
for that
think
shit.
about the prisons.
Mm.
They offered them a cup of ramen noodles in exchange for the jab in prison. So if they'll go that low, or they offered them some sort of burger also at another prison. So if they'll do that, they'll do anything. They're offering $100 for kids. $100 for kids. Did you see that? For them
Yes, I
to
did.
get the jab.
So it lets you know that it lets you know it's fake. It lets you know it just lets you know it's fake as hell. It lets
But
you know
you
it's
know
not
what?
about no virus at all.
Me and Hannibal,
About money.
on a couple of occasions have talked about these simps. And that is look, this is one of the main thing about these simps. If you and look here, man, if you taking a prostitute in exchange for a shot, you got to be some type of sorry
I
motherfucker.
know, dude. No
That's
shit,
some
man.
crazy shit right there, man.
You ain't getting nothing,
Wow.
dude. Mm.
Wow. You got this hard up right there, man. Like, I mean,
And I have no words for that.
that
But see,
is
like I said, it
very,
lets you know
very
it's all
low.
about. It lets you know it's all about money.
Because
It
I
ain't
know a
about.
guy told me, on some of them dating sites, they had women and men that would put on their avatar on the dating sites. I got the shot. Like, what? Right?
Well, think
That's
about
so
bring your
deep.
booty to the polls. Wasn't that the song they got you with the strippers? I mean,
They
it's
had
the
a single
same
on
as
there.
yeah. That's even worse. Bring your booty to the poll part two. Come on now. I think that's what it's called anyway. But I mean, if they'll do that with some dancers, come on, it's just crazy.
But
It's too
it goes to
much.
show you, but it goes to show you they got a massive propaganda campaign going on, right?
They
The
do.
jam is the smoke and mirrors, come outside propaganda, and just let it be. Like I said, I got a 6 o'clock appointment at the gym, so I got to run. But like I said, I go ahead and shout your stuff out, and I run out, and whatever.
I'll let Daughter Yashua go first.
I'm just gonna
Yeah,
be
like I
super
said,
quick because I know we all have to go. But you all can just find me at Daughter of Yeshua on YouTube, on Rumble, on Clubhouse, on all major platforms. The new ones too. Daughter of Yeshua.
okay, and I'm gonna make a big announcement after Frank.
All right, and all right, y'all. You can find me at XX Frank Nitty XX on YouTube, Frank Jones 8115 on Instagram, and Frank Nevermind Jones on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Tap in. Oh yeah, I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Give me some support. You know what I mean?
This is my brother from Houston. Look what he's saying here. If you want to, hold on. What he said? If you want to smash a
Smash
guy
a
named
guy.
Scott, you shot Mia backs that thing up.
Oh, she did say they
Okay,
did say that
Judy
on that
Queen.
show. That's all.
Ain't no problem. We understand. Everybody get tired, Judy Queen. It's okay. You got a lot of stuff going on. So I got an announcement next. So this is what I'm gonna say. Don't think, like I said, I mean, people don't listen to us, and it is what it is all the time. But I have got. Sometimes we got to be last stand. So if you got a friend out there that got the jab and they got a child, I got to do the same thing. I got to tell you, look, if you don't give a damn about yourself, please don't get the child. Please do anything not to get the child, man. Next thing they gonna come from your dog, your cat, your horse, whatever the case may be. Just don't let them get your children. You might have to start asking people now, did you take this thing? Because if you know they took it, just don't let them get your child. That's all I gotta say.
Mm.
You might have been crazy. You might not have been thinking. when it comes to your child, please think better of yourself, because children are really the future, and you can't have them be hurt. And I know that you know, you should not use your child in any Frankenstein experiments. And I think that we really lost a lot of ourselves by this thing. But then again, when I was at the gym today, they moved all the stuff off the basketball court, and I said, I asked the guy, "Dang, y'all moved all the stuff." He said, "We back to normal." Um, First of all, you got to ask a question to yourself. If this is about health, why did they move the mandate to January? See, you got to understand that. Why is the PCR test not being used after December 31st? Why did a senior NIH official just come out and tell you today that he ain't gonna take it, and he going to, matter of fact, Fauci's own agency has been called into question because they're saying they're not gonna take it. Not only they're not gonna take it, they said we gotta educate our people on vaccination. That's what they said. We gotta educate. Wait a minute, you gonna be educating me? Yeah. TSA. I think 40% of the TSA employees have been vaccinated. Only took one shot. So it's a whole lot of entities. See, now you're putting the mandate. Now you got to think about what Biden and them saying now. They're saying, the courts say, hold on, y'all got to stop this right now. The administration said, told the businesses carry on because it's about public health. They just breaking the Constitution all the way around. They just saying, but now they're saying that it's not us doing it, it's the businesses. Yes, the businesses are doing it technically, but they're going along with you, what you want.
I said that, dude. A few months ago, I said that.
Yeah. So what I'm saying, just what, and really there's no mandate on the kid. They only recommend it. Now remember this: recommendation, not a law. Mandate, not a law.
No paperwork.
Requirement, not a law. Okay. There's no law on the books on this thing, so I don't know why people, you know, the woman actually said right there, the little Haitian woman, press secretary, LGBT press secretary, said that we just want compliance. No, we do not comply with tyrants. Okay, that's it.
Right.
That sounds like some dictatorship. Sounds like the
What are
parents.
you telling you? Because what they're saying that OSHA. But the courts are saying OSHA is exceeding their authority. Now, everybody know OSHA is like public safety, whatever, lockout, tag out. You know, they might give you a fine or something, but OSHA ain't got the authority. Hey, you took the jab. You took the jab. OSHA can't ask that. Like, this is not. So this is really about public health? No. But we know that. But with that being said, yeah, I know y'all can give me a King BJ Johnson, YouTube, Bernard1121 Instagram, King BJ Fitness 32, KingBJFitness.com, KingBJMedia.com, Bernard Johnson Facebook, and if you want to, $1919 BJ Cash App. I got put a couple things out. There's just been so much stuff going on the last 5 days. I try to get everything in, but the new until December and January, this thing will really be picking up now because now they trying to put these mandates back. I just want to say there is a strike going on, or like a national walkout or something, through November 8th through the 12th. You can check the cities where it is, but they are having a lot of things going on. So I just want to let you know, hey, we're trying to get the great reset. But like I told you down here in Richmond today, the school board reversed their decision. So if enough people there gonna sit out and they're gonna make them pay, they'll think about this, because hey, at the end of the day, it's all about the money, all about the Benjamins, as they say, right? It's all about the Benjamins, baby, right? So
right.
They ain't gonna lose too much money, and that's just the way it goes.
Oh yeah.
But I do, you know, I thank y'all for both coming on tonight, and Felicia as well. And I got to get my Monique 2C back on here as well, and others. She hadn't been on in a while, but I thank her for her recommendation. I also got a shout out my friend Dawson in Texas, Shania Dawson. She turned 30. She turned 40, so that's already good. But she says she's 23. But it is what it is. But that would being said, that she's been on the channel before. But yeah. Also, Judah Queen, I've been seeing you in the chat on Queen Amadai Shakur's show. So keep on pushing. It's a really, really heating up. It's getting cold outside, but it's actually been 70 here recently, but it is what it is. But y'all take your time. Y'all have a good night.
Oh yeah. Good looking out, BJ. Thanks for having me on the channel, man.
Good night, everybody.
Oh yeah. All right. Good night. All right, Yeshua. All right, chat. BJ, y'all
Until
stay
next
up.
time.
Oh yeah, for sure.